Good morning, everybody. We are live here on Dancing in the Discomfort Zone podcast. And, it's hat day here at the studio because I didn't think that what we were talking about today could handle the excitement of my hair, because we're
Yes.
talking about something so exciting today. I have Kris McGuigan on. She's the founder of the Cobalt Women's Leadership Conference, and we are excited to bring you a great discount and some information on why the Cobalt Women's Leadership Conference is something you want to attend and kick off your 2026 with. Kris, how are you this morning?
Great. Good morning. I didn't get the hat memo, but I'm bringing all the excitement about the conference. So we'll balance
Yes,
each other out.
exactly. So, what is the Cobalt Women's Conference and why are you doing it?
Okay, so the Cobalt Women's Conference is a fully virtual experience. I'll go beyond event and I'll say experience that will take place on January 8th from 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We want to make sure that we're accommodating our West Coasters. And we have an unbelievable speaker lineup, a dynamic agenda that's going to include virtual networking opportunities, a grounding exercise, the opportunity to see some amazing top tier speakers who have
You've
traveled
got
all
some
over the globe.
phenomenal speakers.
Oh my gosh, it's unreal. And all of these people who've never been together in the same place before. So I see a lot of the social media buzz as the speakers talking about how they've been talking for years about wanting to do an event together. This is that event.
Well, and thank you for giving us that chance. But the beauty of it is,
Yourself included, yes.
right, exactly, because I get to MC the darn thing. And the beauty of it is, as we are all together, the energy is going to be incredible. And the information these people is giving is incredible. This is not just some event, and it's not going to be boring, right? Virtual events can be pretty boring.
No. We are bringing a lot of dynamic, interactive workshops, energy, conversation. And you mentioned a moment ago, you and Bonnie, our fire MC, is coming back in after each of these individual sessions to help people really integrate, activate the information that they're receiving from these incredible speakers. So it's going to be constant engagement and interaction throughout the day.
Yeah, it's going to be. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right. So, why is this specifically a women's leadership conference? Because sometimes they just put the logo in pink and call it Women's Leadership Conference, but it's not actually a women's. So, why is this one different?
This is so true. And we do have pink in our logo, but that's not
It's
just the only
mostly blue,
aspect,
though,
right?
for the record.
Thank you. Cobalt blue, right?
Right.
Okay, so I fully agree with you. There's so many professional development opportunities out there, and they kind of tag it with women, and then they make it the same generic inspirational content that anyone could attend. While allies are certainly welcome, and we invite them in, the content. Yes, absolutely. The content can certainly be relevant to anyone. We are talking about very role specific, stage specific learning. So women are not just the generic across the board, right? We are offering distinct tracks that relate to various different aspects of career, early career, mid career, senior leaders, career transitioners, to make sure that the development programming is coming along the way. We're also talking about making sure there's skill building over inspiration, right? So the motivation is necessary, but it's insufficient. So we want to make sure these women are actually getting transferable skills, actionable information, integrating it into their mindset, their frameworks, their work, so they can go back to their organizations and make an impact. And then I
Actually,
think
use it after the conference, right?
Exactly. And then for their sense of self and their personal development piece, their personal growth, which is so important to all of us because we rarely as women take time for that. It's also generating a lot of access to social capital, right? So we have these structured networking activities, but post event, we haven't talked about this yet, there is a Cobalt Collective wherein every single attendee, as part of your registration fee, you get loaded into this virtual community that allows you essentially access to professional masterminds throughout 2026 at no additional cost. So you're talking about, again, continued networking opportunities, more professional development to hear from even more great speakers beyond just what January 8th will bring you. These facilitated peer groups, both on the event day as well as throughout the year, is giving individuals access to that kind of support system that we as women need so badly in this industry, in this world, in this corporate hot mess that we're all in the middle of.
Just trying to human is hard
Just
enough,
being real,
right?
right? It's
And
not easy out there.
I just got back from an event that was purely professional networking, not professional learning, professional networking, and it was invaluable. And so the value of mixing all of this great information with the networking opportunity, so you're taking away additional contacts, is incredible.
I will say very easily, you sort of asked at the beginning, like, why did we decide to do this? First, I think it's really cool to be a speaker and then try to build a conference having the insights that we do. But I will also say that many people on the agenda, many people who've made the biggest difference and impact in my career and my success, I met as a result of being part of a networking or a mastermind group, yourself included, Anne Bonny, related to another professional development event. So yes, I absolutely believe that the connections individuals will make during that event on January 8th will be life-changing for them. And we're creating, again, a framework for them to have those ongoing conversations.
That's awesome. And you're giving a pretty awesome discount for today because you're on this podcast. $50 off. The conference is only $250, which when you told me that price point, I was like, wait a minute, what? For these speakers, like these people, I mean, it's
unbelievable. A single session that day is worth the entire investment. Yes.
Yes. And so today, if you use the promo code podcast at so cobaltwomensconference.com, or you could just click on this link here.
That's easier.
You get $50 off and it's only $200. This is the incredible kickoff to 2026.
Outrageous. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So and what's going to happen? Go through the agenda real quick for us. What are the specific things?
Listen, this is the conference I always wanted to attend. So selfishly, it was kind of built around like, who would I want to see? What would I want their content to be? How is this going to flow through? So again, we have your beautiful, energetic face, literally fire, getting us started, helping us stay on track throughout the day, talking with us about self-awareness and emotional intelligence. So that alone, worth the price of admission, right? We have an amazing opening keynote with Dr. Andrea Hollingsworth, beautiful human being. Inside it out. I know you know Andrea. She's going to bring a vulnerable look at self-compassion and help us to kind of reframe setbacks into building blocks, which I definitely believe start of the year, January, is the right time to kind of switch that mindset and begin to see how we can build on our experiences and our learning versus beat ourselves up for what maybe we didn't accomplish yet.
Yeah, and her story is incredible. And when it talks about self-compassion, I mean, I can't even.
It's so beautiful. And speaking personally, personal grace is probably the biggest struggle that I have in terms of constantly reminding myself to make sure that that's happening, and can lead a lot to our success and or failure in our career. So it's going to be an amazing way to sort of start the day. Then we're going to talk with Henna Pryor, performance extraordinaire, right? We're going to have a catalyst conversation. Think like fireside chat, a little bit of knowledge sharing, and then a little bit of Q&A so people can really engage, focusing on communicating with confidence and really gaining credibility, getting a seat at the table, which is so important from our early career professionals all the way up to the executives that have a seat but still don't feel like they're being heard on a regular basis.
Yeah, such an important skill if you want to move your career forward in 2026.
1,000%. A little bit of networking, some grounding, entertainment activities that you'll find out more about when you go to the website. But then we come into Candace Dobie. She wrote Cool Girl's Guide to Courage, which in and of itself, that title makes you want to pick it up and go. She built off of her marketing career at Chipotle. She built an entire speaking and a consulting empire, talking about owning your brilliance, right? She's going to walk folks through this interactive workshop to align your values to make sure you're bringing your best self to work. So,
and I met her, she was on this podcast years ago. Actually, Dr. Andrea has been on too, but Candace was on like 5 years ago when she first wrote her first book. I saw it on social media about courage. I was like, come on, courage. She's so cool. I've had so much fun tracking her throughout her career.
She literally just radiates brilliance. So incredible.
These people do, Kris. That's the funny thing is I say these things about the individuals. It's like, no, they all do.
I know. So, and speaking of, right. So you've got Candace's breakout. Then we have a breakout with Jerry Wan, unbelievable human being. He has worked with Meta, Harvard, Google. He's actually moderated multiple conversations with former VP Kamala Harris. So Jerry brings it.
You know that?
Yes. Unbelievable. You can read some of the background story on his website, which you can get to from our website. But Jerry's going to talk with folks about authentically owning your story and really kind of feeding into the self-empowerment. So again, how are we starting the year with the kind of courage, confidence, clarity needed to really be hitting and exceeding the goals that we're setting for ourselves, focused on we, us, women, empowering women, right?
We all know that we need that right now.
Whew, Yes.
Yeah.
Then we're going to break into a little bit of roundtable, right? So again, this role specific, stage specific opportunities for people to go into their cohorts, and you can learn more about those on the website as well. But we've got all of these different tracks, and people will go into that and not only have some beginning networking bonding conversations, but talk and start to design what kind of learning opportunities they want to see in the year ahead. So that's going to be a really great way for people to engage and really define what they'd like to see most out of their cohort. Then coming back into one of the most magnetic human beings I've ever encountered in my life, Shola Richards.
Dude had a billboard in Times Square. It will never pass. Like, every time I think of Shola, I will think of this. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, multiple best-selling books, kindness extremist, podcast host, global keynote speaker. Shola's teaching us how to build a culture you want to be a part of. And quite frankly, in my own personal experience, having known him for years, just being in Shola's presence, getting that magnetism and just unbelievable positivity is just it's the most meditative thing you can do, is just to listen to Shola speak for a period of time. So he's going to be talking with us and then doing, similar to Henna from the morning, doing this kind of catalyst conversation where there'll be an opportunity for interaction and Q&A. And one of the things, I'll bring this up here, that's so incredible about this lineup, and is that very few of these people can ever be in events that are open to the public, right? You have to be at Google when Google hires Jerry to come in and talk to hear Jerry. Not here. This is completely open to the public. Anyone listening can register and come in and see some of these huge heavy hitters that you have been following and reading their books for years, but never been able to sit in the audience before. So
I love that you've got the practical application between all these, because these people are going to be Jerry and Henna and Andrea and Shola. They're going to be throwing information at you that is inspiring. I've got nuggets from each one of them through life. But then we're going to pause to be able to say, what do I do with this when I hang up from this call? I mean, and I think that's such a big piece of it, because so often we go to these things, we have tons of notes and they sit on the pile, and we get back to life and we never do anything with it.
Well, and that's why I brought in the big guns, you. That's why you're here as our MC, not just to bring your amazing energy, but yes, to make sure that we're bringing people back, creating manager relevant takeaways, right? So that your boss knows why you just took time away from the organization, or for those entrepreneurs, solopreneurs coming, so that you can see the ROI from your time, to really make sure that you have that ongoing development and support after you leave the room, not just one feel good afternoon.
Right. And with the discount that you're offering, it's only $200. Like, I still can't believe that. All right. And then we finish the day. It's not over. But wait, there's more.
Right. So again, we've got you integrating throughout, keeping the vibe going, helping us understand how to activate this information. And then talk about a radiant personality, Nina Meehan. She is one of the most generative human beings I've ever encountered. She literally works and writes and directs for Broadway stages to a Fortune 500 stage where she's giving keynotes. She is going to close us with creativity. And just yesterday, when I saw this on socials, I thought of this podcast and mentioning it here because it was such a beautiful way to describe Nina. Someone else on social media mentioned that there is a concept in psychology called collective effervescence.
Oh, yes, I love this concept.
Did you see this?
So much.
That it's a moment when a group feels genuinely connected, energized, and aligned. And that is Nina's superpower. So it's going to bring us all together at the end of the day to, again, reach that connected, energized, and aligned to go out and just kick ass in the world in 2026.
Creativity isn't just about putting, paint on a canvas. Creativity is how we run our lives, how we solve our problems, how we approach challenges. So, that's a perfect end to this incredible day.
1,000%. Yes. Selfishly, I am so excited because this is the conference I would have always wanted to attend. And fortunately, because I'm hosting, I got to kind of build it that way to make sure it was feeding my soul. And I will also just kind of throw in there, the holidays are here. It's such a busy, crazy time for everyone. And specifically as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, as the Christmas shopping buyer, as the holiday giver, this is an overwhelming time of year. And we're so likely to then push all of our needs, everything that serves us, to the side. And this conference, so a lot of those nuances have then been, after we set the agenda, kind of built and threaded throughout to make sure that we were addressing just that, the overwhelm that women face in our personal lives that then is just feeding right into feeling overwhelmed every day when we're going to work. So I think the design by women who get it, who've been part of this, who are living this experience is ensuring that on January 8th, it's going to be exactly the elevating, I'm going to use the word just resonance that you need to kind of feed into your year. So it's just unbelievably exciting. I'm so excited. I'm so excited you're a part of it. I'm so excited that everyone who's using this promo code podcast is going to get in for only $200. It's going to be epic. Absolutely epic experience.
And it's January 8th. It's virtual, so you can do it in your pajamas, right? We're not going to make you get on camera, right? And it's what, noon to 5? Is that right?
Noon to 6 Eastern Standard, yes. Got to let all our West Coasters wake up, get online with their coffee.
Get your coffee, pet the dog, get in there. Yeah, This is going to be so cool. So just out of curiosity, last question for you. Why Cobalt?
Oh gosh, I'm so glad you asked me that. So as you know, this was kind of a rapid fire passion project for me. This came up literally after November 1st, and we've built this entire conference and got all these exciting things. But so the idea came forward, we started getting a lot of energy, a lot of interest, and I needed a name.
How quickly those huge speakers said yes to you.
Making things happen.
Kris is doing it. Heck yes, I'll be there.
I got a few connections. And they knew you were involved, so they all just jumped right in. So then it was like, quite frankly, like, I need a name for this thing. Like, we got to build the website and I need a name. So I went through this crazy process that involved, admittedly, hear me out, opening an actual thesaurus. Because I like alliteration. So I was looking for I was looking for W words and C words going across the board. All of that is to say, I kind of moved into my creative brainstorming space, was writing some things down, opened the thesaurus looking for C's, and I got to Cobalt. Cobalt blue happens to be one of my signature colors. Cobalt, the element, I was like, okay, if this element means something strong, then we're going to go with this because I really like this word. I looked up the element of cobalt, and again, it's magnetic, it's resilient, it is strength, it is foundation building, it is everything that women are and will continue to be in the future. And I was like, that's it, that's the name. So that is how it got its name. Was one morning at 6:30 while I was looking through a thesaurus and then using Google, quite frankly, I literally pulled out
Did we need those for firewood?
No, you know what? I was kind of a geek in college, and that's how I like to expand my vocabulary as a big thesaurus person. And so it kind of gets me back into a creative space if I just physically opened the book and was looking. And then again, I used the Google machine to find out exactly what elements of that and it's explosive. It's very blue, obviously. It's explosive. It's everything that women who are coming forward and stepping into their own need to be. And so it made perfect sense to give it that name.
That's amazing. I love it. January 8th, virtual cobaltwomensconference.com. You can just click on the link right there. Use the promo code podcast to get $50 off. That's for today. So go do that now.
Get
done. Everybody in. Get that discount. It's only $200 for an amazing 6 hours of absolutely incredible inspiration. Kris, I'm so excited to be a part of this with you, and I can't wait to see everybody there with us.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me this morning, and I cannot wait to see what you bring us on January 8th.
Cobalt Women's Conference, January 8th. It's virtual. Go sign up now. Here's the link. We'll also put the link in the notes, and we look forward to seeing you all there.